We are paddling along Galiano Island. We left from Village Bay on Mayne Island at around 2 o'clock. And we crossed Active Pass to get to Galiano and just up Montague Harbor and got some water. Now we're heading to the Wallace Islands, or Wallace Island, where we'll camp for the night. We're crossing from Galiano to Wallace Island. We're going to camp somewhere in there, about 2 kilometre crossing. Very beautiful. Listen very carefully. There's a sea lion out there. Oh, I definitely see a snout. We just left Chivers Bay on Wallace Island, across from Galiano, and we're now going to head over to Dionisio Point, the head of Galiano Island. And it's a gorgeous morning in October. The downside is that there are freighters parked all around us, and they have their motors or generators on all night. So it's a hum, you can maybe hear it. That was all night long because we're a port, Vancouver, and they park out here. Behind me is Thetis Island, just off Vancouver Island. And across there is Reid Island, and behind Reid Island is Porlier Pass, where we're heading. And as you see, there's 4 freighters out there. This is the new reality, that freighters for Vancouver, bound for Vancouver ports, are now parked in the Gulf Islands. Here we are at Valdes Island. We just crossed Trincomali Channel. We are right here, and here's Canoe Point, and then we have to enter Porlier Pass to get to our campsite at Dionisio. The problem is this Porlier Pass is very high currents. They ebb this way, and right now they're ebbing. And in about 35 minutes, the ebb will stop. We'll have slack tide. And we'll make our way from here into here about 3 or 4 kilometers, and that'll be the end of our day. Meanwhile, we're here at Valdes Island waiting. There were some river otters playing, and a fishing boat over there, and some seals around, and of course the ever-present freighter. And there's Porlier Pass down there, and a seaplane. He's not going. He's a brave one, isn't he? We are now in Porlier Pass, headed to Virago with the green and white beacon, and behind that is Race Point. And somewhere behind Race Point we'll find Dionisio. So we're 15 minutes early, and the worst is that we're going to have some current against us. I think it's pretty benign so far. A little bumpy right now as we're approaching Race Point. There's a wind out there. Just rounding Race Point now. The waves are getting a bit bigger. Didn't expect this actually. And let's turn downwind. Okay, not yet then. Okay, hang on. Okay, turn it down. Sweep. Okay, here we go. That's good. More fast race point. Paddle with the waves here. This is Porlier Pass, and we came through there, and just over at the next point is where things got a bit rougher. And as you see at Dionisio Point where we are now, it's very, very rough. We just came into Coon Bay just over here, and if you look over this direction, I don't know if you can see through all the haze, but that's Vancouver. So tomorrow morning we might just paddle across there, right, KJ?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's go now. Just have some.
And there's Tawasin. I don't know if you can see down there where he came from a couple days ago by ferry. And there's you can see the peaks of, I don't know if you can see them or not, the peaks of
the lions.
The lions. Thank you. No, we were not going to canoe around this. No. That'd be a big N-O. We were at Dionisio Point campground. It's a crazy sunrise because of the smoke and haze over Vancouver. This area here emptied out last night with a low tide. And now we're going to wait for the tide to come in so we can get out, rather than going around Dionisio Point, which is a little bit rough. We're just leaving Dionisio. The tide has come in, enough to get our boat in the water. It is crawling in the boat. Seaweed Bay. Be off here in a moment. You see him? Arrive at Thetis Bay at 12:20 in order to get around the corner at slack tide, which is about 4 hours from now. And so that should be doable at 5K an hour. It was a very nice campsite. We had a nice place up in the woods there. And the water today is extremely calm. Unlike yesterday where we had to deal with 1 meter waves for part of the time. Very pretty. Here we go down the last part of our journey around Galiano Island. There's a few seals coming to visit us, or 30 of them.